Hey class, just getting back at you here. Thought I'd talk a little bit about Chapter 3, a few comments. But before I do, let me comment on our discussion post and how that process is working. I'm strongly considering moving the initial post to Friday from Thursday to Friday to give you more time to get your reading in. Some of you are struggling to get your initial post done on time. Please be aware that the process really depends on us being on time with that initial post. It gives our classmates a couple days to react to what we've put out there. So it really isn't a matter of can I give you an extension or anything like that. It's really the process is what it is. So being on time with those things are pretty important. I know you got a lot of things going on, but if you get in the habit to get your reading started early, first thing in the week, and get it done, then it'll make it certainly a lot easier to be ready for both the quiz and for the discussions. Overall, pretty good start there. Stage 3 or Chapter 3 gets into team beginnings, and right off the bat, your author talks about the Tuckman model, which is pretty popular, has had a lot of play. Personally, I like it. I think it does a good job of explaining how teams work or don't work. I'm going to post a PDF out there of the Tuckman model that's got more detail than the author has, and I think that'll help maybe crystallize the Tuckman model and apply as you read through it. Think about groups or teams that you've worked on and how they might match up there. There's also, you'll notice in your resources that there are a couple videos that actually speak to the Tuckman model, so I would recommend you taking just a few minutes to take a look at those as well. But Tuckman, good name to know. It's a great model. And really, one of the things that he gets into, you'll notice that on the axes of the model, the vertical axis deals with relationships, whereas the horizontal deals with task. And so socialization, team socialization, coming together is a key part of his model, and it really is an important part of team success. So in terms of starting up a team, paying attention to the socialization is really important. One other thing I wanted to comment on before I went is regarding team norms. And these are essentially the rules, the ground rules that a team has. I think mistakes that some groups make is that they just figure, well, everybody knows what they are. If we have meetings, we'll probably be on time. Different types of behaviors that we just kind of take for granted. Well, we shouldn't, and we don't. So making sure that we have written those down and then everybody signs off on them is important. So basically, it's a list of behaviors that we can count on from each other. It does a lot to build trust, and it just makes groups a lot more effective. And doing that at the beginning is certainly time to make that happen. And I would call your attention to page 52 in the text that goes through a pretty good list of what we might include in norms. So just like Tuckman and his stages, I'd like you to really think about the whole idea of group norms and how important they are. Sing out in your discussions if you've been part of a group that actually has had a set of group norms. It'd be interesting to kind of see where we come out on that. In my experience, that doesn't happen very often. Very important, but we just don't do it. So those really the only comments I wanted to make about Chapter 3. A couple really important things, and just like anything, that the foundation, which is what we put together at the beginning, is important. And so Chapter 3 really talks about some very critical foundational issues. So good luck with Chapter 3.